Okay, YouTube. Okay, this is video number 6 in the Big Steel Tent series. And pretty soon I'm going to run out of fingers. This is where I did my first field test on the Starlink Mini to see if I could use it as part of a mobile video production facility where I could produce, edit, and upload a video in the field rather than shooting everything, coming home, doing all that work here, and then discovering I needed to shoot another scene or fix something. Okay, let's take a look. Well, hey YouTube. Okay, this is kind of a strange way to start a video because actually sitting here I am at the end of the video. When you see it you'll understand. I somehow deleted or pushed the wrong button on the original intro to this, so we are now where I ended up. Am I making any sense? Anyway, what the purpose of this video is to test the layout of the Big Steel Tent and to test whether or not I can shoot, edit, and upload a video to YouTube before leaving this campsite. In fact, before leaving this chair. Now, right now, I've got myself a nice big batch of Knorr teriyaki noodles mixed with a good old Spam single slice. Sliced up in little cubes. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Let's walk around the Big Steel Tent and I'll show you around. Okay, over here on the passenger side front, we've got the bed all the way up and the storage underneath. Again, I'm gobsmacked by how much storage having this helibox and moving the bed forward has given me. Okay, but down under here what I've got is that extra blanket I was talking about in the last video, my haversack, some leggings, and my little EcoFlow river for powering the Starlink when we set it up out in the middle of the campsite, plus my camera gear and clothing. And here, we'll walk around here. This is all the clothing I'm going to need for tomorrow's 1930s cold weather camping video. Okay, again, tonight we're shooting the Big Steel Tent. We're going to edit it and we're going to try to see if we can post it to the internet without leaving the campsite. Let's go around the back, take a look at what's there. Okay, there's a couple new things back here from the last video that I have added. I'll pop this open. And I always bring my little 1950s hiking stick to make sure the hatchback stays open. The gas cylinders kind of get funky when it's cold. The best thing I have found so far about this is I am able to take my favorite chair. I got it bungeed in here. Keep it from falling out when I open it, but we'll just take that out and set it aside for now. And I bought these two little boxes here at the Home Goods for $10 each. And now I've got some good kitchen cabinets. We'll just open this up and show you here. Got me a couple little tables when I open it. And this is going to be filled with the kinds of foods that are sealed packages that I can just leave in here and have food for when I go out. In other words, when I get home, I will refill this with packaged foods like macaroni and cheese and teriyaki noodles from Knorr and Cheez-Its, mandarin oranges. I love mandarin oranges when I'm out in the field. Got some Lorna Doones. There you go, Dave. Lorna Doones. Some crackers. These are pancake mixes. Got some pudding. And something I'm going to do, I'm going to take a lot of this stuff and start putting it into my period packaging. This is the dried vegetables from Vico Expedition Outfitters. I'm going to start putting more foods in here that is in the period packaging that I sell on Vico Expedition Outfitters, just so that I have it handy, the same way I do with the sleep system. It's always going to be the 1920s, 1930s sleep system. I'm going to have a lot of foods. They're going to be repackaged in this stuff here, so that when I go to a 1920s or 1930s camping event, or if I set up a video here, all of my food will be in period packaging as well. Okay, so that's the food. This is enough for 2 days that's in here. Get the bacon bits, some ramen, spam, and for breakfast tomorrow, 2 eggs. This is backpacking food. Mix it with water. Boil the water, cook the food. Also got some dog food in here. It's mighty crunchy, but it's kind of bland. Dog seems to like it. Okay, the EcoFlow Delta has found a more or less permanent home. What I've got this tied with Velcro and some zip ties, and it is affixed to the Helibox bed frame. Both bed frames are hooked together with zip ties, and the bed itself is anchored to the sidewall of the truck with the zip ties. Now, what that means is I can, if I want to, take this whole thing down and use the back of the truck for nothing but cargo. Okay, and I've got this set up so that I can use the plugs here on this side, and I can reach the switches on the front so that I can turn the unit on and turn on the units that I need. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with this area here. I'm going to have to build a back for my seat. We'll get in there and show you that in a bit. So this is kind of in flux at the moment, but let me show you a couple things, and then I'll show you this little doolally. Now, this right here is the Helibox, the spare parts left over from my Helibox. I'll show you how I'm going to use that here in a minute. I took one of my sliding tables and zip tied it to the underside of the Helibox frame. And now I have another sliding table here. What I'm likely going to do is build or buy a shallow box that will fit in here, and that will hold my cooking implements, pots, pans, that kind of thing, little small stuff, collapsible stuff. I may go ahead and add another sliding table underneath as well. I have found a good place for my cooking stuff. Okay, my Joule, that's just the principal tool that I will be using to cook with. I've got my little egg cooker and my general all-purpose. It will cook. These make great pancakes. I can make great pancakes in here. I might make a couple tomorrow. But those are in here, and this is a temporary resting place, although I'm liking where it is. Okay, now let me show you what I did with the leftovers from the Helibox. Okay, now when I set up this video, I said I was going to buy a leg from Helabox for this. Murray from Hella Outdoors saw the video, took pity on me, and sent me another leg. So now I've got 2 legs on this end frame. Come in here and take the 2 side rails, again, that are left over from my build. And there we go. It just, those 2 legs just happen to be about the right height. Drop this one by one. So that it will fit on the rear bumper of the truck. This is the bed surface that I cut off. Yep. This one. And there we go. I've got a side table. And what's great about it is I can locate it right here where I can reach my food. I can put my cooking stuff on it, reach over and connect to the EcoFlow. It's a beautiful thing. I may end up having to drop a self-tapping screw or something here to keep this from moving like that. Okay, but I think it's stable enough right now to use it like that. What do you think? Okay, so you can see I've got good seating here, right here. Right now I'm actually fairly comfortable leaning up against the bed. The bed gives me support for my back, and what I need is a table. Okay, you might be able to see down here. I don't know if you can see. This is Little Bit's eating station, but it has to work with whatever it is I choose for a table. Now I've got this little thing, and maybe I'll set it up later and show it to you. But it sits in here about this high, and that's about the height I need it to be to work on the laptop. I'll have to relocate the feeding station though. So what I'm going to be looking for is a fold-out table that'll mount to the back of the seat and maybe have some organizing pockets and such like that. This is actually, it's a somewhat nifty thing in that it has a little, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a little side table on it for your for the mouse. Again, we'll try that a little later this evening when we get on the laptop hooked to the internet. Set that over here for right now. The other thing I want to show you is this right here. This is my 120 watt, one of my 120 watt solar panels. Now initially I thought I could pretty up the inside of this thing by mounting some plywood to the Helabox frame. But this fits in there fairly well. Closes off the cargo area, and I can remove it if I need to get to the cargo area from inside. So I'm going to rig up something that will hold this in place and the other one right next to it. That way, one of the problems I've had with carrying these is that I haven't had enough room in the vehicle. Now I do. these provide it doesn't take up any more room than the bed. I'm just adding it to the bed. So that's something. The other thing is this cable is a USB-C cable that is plugged in to the Delta. Okay, and it will provide power for the laptop and other things from back there towards the front if I need it. What the Helibox frame does for me is it gives me a rail that I can zip tie any cables. I now have a cable management system. Basically, I have a wire chase running down both sides of the bed. So if I need to get power from the back of the vehicle to the front or to the middle, I've got it, and I can get it out of the way. And trying to find the cable when I need it, I won't have to go through that hoo-ha because it'll already be connected to the bed. All I got to do is figure out which one is which. I've got a couple of little little pillows that I'm sitting on. Little bit kind of got all sad about having to sit back here on the floor, but she's a smart dog, and eventually she learned that she could jump up here on the bed. She spent about half the trip sitting up front, looking out the front window, looking out the side window, turning around, looking out the back, laying her head down so I could pat her. So she's at peace with this. Let me get out and we'll shoot in this direction here so I can show you what's going on with her. Okay, so where a little bit sleeps, this is her bed from home. She sleeps in this little cubby right up here up against my head. And over here you can see the last thing I want to talk about in the inside of the truck. Hold on, we'll go around the other side. Okay, now you may remember when I did my takedown video, I said that I didn't have a good place for paper towels and trash bags. Well, I picked up this little jewel off of Amazon. It was only like 20 bucks. I've actually had it for a couple of months, but I could never figure out a place to put it in the old big steel tent. In the new one, I've got it mounted here on the side. I've got it screwed to the side of these little boxes from Home Goods. My paper towels are always ready. And here is where my trash bags are. And if I wanted to, I could get some of the bigger trash bags and put them down here. So, we've got that. I think I've made some big comfort level improvements on this thing. Well, there you go. Now, as far as testing the big steel tent's main purpose as a mobile video production facility, I think we've proven in spades that this setup does work for that. I've got plenty of electricity. I was able to shoot the intro, reshoot the intro here on the same spot without going home and saying, oh crap, I screwed it up. Now I got to shoot this in the cabin. Okay, I can shoot, if I wanted to, I could have reshot the whole thing. Okay, you with me? Now what I'm doing is I have taken all of that video and I have edited it. Right now, it's sitting here in front of me. It's completely edited except for this part of the video. What you're doing right now is you're watching me make a video about editing the video while I'm shooting the video. That's like space-time continuum stuff. Now, as far as the Starlink Mini is concerned, I have been on the internet since I got here. Okay, about an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. 6:30 I got here. Yeah, it's about 3 hours I've been on the internet. Okay, my phone hasn't been using any data, and I've been able to connect to the internet. I made a post on Facebook. I looked at some news and stuff like that. So I've got internet connectivity in a place where I didn't have it before. So the Starlink Mini is working gangbusters in that respect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this onto the end of this video, and then I'm going to attempt to upload it to YouTube and release it as soon as that's done. Okay? Now, if you see it tonight on January 16th, that's the day after my brother's birthday. If you see it January 16th or early in the morning on the 17th, depending on when you go to bed, you will know that I have been successful. And that is really what I'm looking for, is to be able to drive anywhere I want to, shoot whatever I want to, edit it, and get it up onto the internet without taking any data from my phone, without waiting to get to some place that has internet connectivity. I can drive around with it on my roof, because that's where it is right now. It is still in the moon roof of the truck. I think it's amazing. We'll see you down the trail. Okay, of course, now that the Sarge Vining video channel has been deleted by YouTube, not their fault. My Google account was hacked. I can tell you that was a success. The test was a success. That video was uploaded. It took 2 hours to upload, and it did hit the internet before I left that chair. We live in amazing times, folks. We live in amazing times. All right, let's wait for video number 7 now.